Let's bring back in Ellis Henican from Newsmax New York and Javier Manjarres from our South Florida Newsmax newsroom. So Hillary's gone to Iowa. Hillary wants to be president. Does her presence buoy the campaign of Bruce Braley, Ellis?
Yeah, probably. I mean, listen, all of these Senate candidates bring in politicians they think will help them, and they disinvite those they think won't. So you'll notice that Barack Obama's not campaigning much in Iowa this cycle, but Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are. Same true in Louisiana, where we were just talking about. I mean, isn't that what you do? You bring in people who you think will help you.
Sure. It's kind of curious. Is Hillary that much of a help? Javier, let me turn to you. And we thank Ellis for making the observation that's out there that President Obama is nowhere to be found in this contentious race. But Hillary's statement that, quote, being a woman is not enough. Kind of curious if Hillary wants to be the first woman president, and Joni Ernst would be the first woman in the U.S. Senate from Iowa. That whole kind of thing that Joni Ernst, what, quote, really isn't a woman? Javier, your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, Barack Obama's not in Iowa because he's toxic. Ellis forgot to mention that. But look, Hillary Clinton, like you said, wants to be president. This is her time. She's deserving of it. Maybe she thinks Joni Ernst could be a thorn in her side in the U.S. Senate if the Republicans take the majority, which we expect to happen. But you know what? This is just Hillary being Hillary. She wants attention. She's very calculated. She knows this is going to make news and draw attention to herself, and her base will be galvanized, and she'll raise money. That's all this is.
Ellis, we're going to expand our vision beyond Iowa. If there is one race you're looking at this year that will offer a surprise for the left and for Democrats, a pleasant surprise, what would that race be as you see it? 20 seconds.
Why don't you go to? I'll go to Georgia. I mean, that's a fun one, right? Nunn, the daughter of a famous and beloved senator there, making a race in a state that the Dems probably, by any demographic basis, should not win, with portents for the future as the demographics in that state change. There's not a lot for Dems to be thrilled about, but that might bring some smiles.
All right, well, we will have to leave it there. Ellis Henican from Newsmax New York, Javier Manjarres from our South Florida newsroom, we thank you very much. Our countdown to the midterms continues now. This hour, we take a look at the key congressional race in Florida's 2nd District.
Republican Steve Sutherland represents Florida's 2nd Congressional District. He wants to keep representing third term, but according to Politico.com, he may have blown his chances. He started campaigning late, is struggling with fundraising, and vexed women voters by holding a men-only event. Sutherland is also finding challenger Democrat Gwen Graham to be a formidable foe. Not only is she burning up the campaign trail, she's getting a big boost from her father, popular former Florida governor and Senator Bob Graham. Political analysts note, with her being linked to a Democrat like her father, whose centrist politics still resonate with the moderate Democrats of the Panhandle, could be just what Graham needs to reclaim a seat in the House for her party. She's also been able to pull off a rare feat. Graham has out-fundraised the incumbent, which allowed her to get ads on the air as early as June. The demographics of the district also favor her. There are more women registered to vote, and there are more registered Democrats. Even with all that Graham has going for her, it's not lost yet for Sutherland. A political analyst told the New York Times Sutherland still has a shot because his district is anti-Obama, anti-Obamacare, and therefore has a growing affinity to vote Republican.
Outside groups are spending millions to influence the race in Florida's 2nd District. It's one of a handful of competitive House races. For more, go to Newsmax.com and be here election night for our coverage of the midterms You Decide 2014.